What is up, YouTube? It's your boy, OldSillyStick, back at it again. Mario Party 4 board playthroughs. We're in the last 5 turns of Boo's Haunted Bash. Yeah, that's it. Where do I want to go? I guess I'll check out the item shop. Yeet. I think it's... The coin star is most coins at any given time. I think at one point I had 100 coins, so... I feel pretty good about the coin star. I'm gonna get a magic lamp and get a star. Yeah, so I thought last episode was good. I don't even know what I'm going to talk about. My last episode is always really random. I could try the improv generator. I don't know if that was really working out for me. I don't really want to rap anymore like I did Mario Party 6. I think I'm going to let that. I'm going to let sleeping dogs lie. And by the way, for anybody who's watching through all my Mario parties, or if you're watching back, if you're doing a rewatch, yearly watch through of all the OldSillyStick Mario Party episodes, as I know my loyal fans do. Oh, I didn't do very well. But anyways, I'm not sure whether I want to play Mario Parties 5 and 7. If only because I've played those games, because I did own them for a time, whereas Mario Party 6 and Mario Party 4 I never owned. I played 4 a little bit at a friend's house, like I said at some point, but I never owned 6. And I never played 6 at all, actually. And so I'm thinking that I could do the Nintendo 64 Mario parties, because I also never really played those. I don't know those as well, so that's what I'm thinking. I might play Mario Party 2 after I'm done with Mario Party 4, unless the fans eagerly want me to do Mario Party 7. I will say I'm far more likely to play Mario Party 7 than Mario Party 5 for a variety of reasons. First of all, I played Mario Party 5 way more. That was the game that I owned for the longest, and so I know it really well. And also, it's not the best Mario Party game. In hindsight, the item system really hurts it, because items are the one thing in Mario Party which might require skill or strategy, but Mario Party 5 makes the items into a lottery, so... And there's other problems, like some of the mini-games. It has some of the best mini-games and some of the worst mini-games in the entire series. But that's it about time on Mario Party. You don't come to OldSillyStick to hear about Mario Party. Is there anything else I want to say? Last time I was talking about why straight guys are into girls kissing and that sort of... I mean, because for a while... Because I was thinking through all the feces, you know... Because it could be, right, there is the fetishization of bisexual women. Because straight men think that they might be willing to have threesomes. Now, the interest in having sex with multiple partners... What am I doing here? Oh well, I don't look at the instructions. I really should, but... And so there's historical precedence for it, and even if it's... Oh, I still want... What? Why? I don't know. Whatever you think, whether it's a moral thing, whether they ought to... It makes sense, but it's the attraction. It's not even if there's no potential of having a threesome. Just watching, even if you're not involved. And voyeurism exists. Okay, that's another fetish that has historical precedence that can sort of, whether it's rational or natural or whatever. It doesn't feel totally artificialized. Do I want to race for it? I could. It actually makes sense for me to race for it. Because I'm the closest. No, well, Wario's, but he doesn't have enough coins. So until Wario... I might race for it. Save my magic lamp. Oh. Well. Oh well. We'll see. But no, it's just watching them. Doesn't make any sense. Is that good for me? No, it's not. But it's not horrible. Well, it depends on how many coins Wario gets. Oh, well, that's not good. Well, I'll have to use my lamp next turn then. Am I done with the girls? I mean, what is it? And again, it's this... The way that it's done is performative. So it's not... Are they identifying with one of the girls? But it's not. You're identifying as the looker, as the spectator. I could really write a whole thesis on this. I mean, this is something... It bothers me that something which feels as private as sexuality can be manipulated through... I don't know what to call it. Socialization. What is this? It's a game of chicken or something? Let's see. Okay. Yeah, it's a game. Okay, sure. So I'll just do it once, I guess. Anything else I'm thinking of? I don't know. It is 4:50 a.m. I'm hoping there's supposed to be a winter storm. I don't know if classes are going to be canceled or not. So I just do that. Okay. When does this end? Can I do it multiple times? It doesn't, because it just ends. Why do they even have us do this? Is there a way to do it harder or lighter? Oh, that might be it. Yeah. If I jump and then press A at the top of my jump, it probably inflates more. Wow, Bowser really is like Big Nate, isn't he? Because he likes inflation. I don't know. Last episode is always the sloppiest, but that's okay. Sometimes it can lead to nice things. This is a nice, calm, cool-down period. It's like in exercise. When you use a treadmill, they have a cooldown. I just realized the Koopa Kid's hiding behind there. A statue. Anything else to say about it? I don't know, pornography. Oh! I thought of something. Even pornography sites. I think it's important to know what's available when people are trained to look at porn. There's all this. It's so odd the way in which the kind of incestual themes, or I don't know what to call it. There's so much incest. Like, why, if you go to a page, all the top videos, well, it's not direct, right? They always have to add step or something, but you can fill in the blank, right? A step sister, a step brother, a stepmother, whatever. Why? And one, if you're to tell the story of pornography as just being a kind of letting loose an outlet and expression, I think you would have to say it's because that's what people really want, but they're too afraid to, I don't know, like, this is their only outlet for it, because they can't obviously do it in real life. I don't know that is, though, because it seems like, for a lot of people, it begins as something, oh, they're not really into it, but they like the girl in the video, they think it's hot, so they watch it and just try and sort of block it out. But then, what happens is, as they begin watching that sort of thing, they feel this guilt of, oh, but now I'm watching something that's really depraved. It is so weird. I hate advertising, but especially the ads on porn sites are always the most depraved, you know. Again, you know, whatever, I'm not... Well, maybe I'm a little bit of the kink shamer. You know, I'm sorry. Like, some of those ads for these weird games that nobody plays, right? Nobody plays these games. What is the purpose of these ads, right? If you love Pornhub, you'll love Jerkmate. What the hell? Who has ever used a Jerkmate in their entire lives? Nobody. Nobody's used Pornhub Live. All these weird, you'll come in 10 seconds. Nobody's ever done this. Nobody uses them. What's the purpose? It's just to watch it, because then you feel sick. You think, oh, what kind of sick person would use this app? I must be a sick person for doing this, right? I think that pornography websites are set up to inject. It's always the most degrading stuff, which is out there the most. Whether it's in the suggested videos, it's not just like maybe you just want to watch some people have sex in a kind of vanilla way, but pornography sites are set up to the kind of nudge, as it were, is towards more degrading or depraved material and stuff that's just kind of. The examples I'm thinking of, I've seen before videos of Elsa from Frozen or Marge Simpson or Elastigirl or whatever getting fucked. You know, who wants to look at that? I don't want to see that. There probably are people who want to see it, but the fact is that even if you were interested in normal stuff, that is what's put up in front. And then you associate that, oh my gosh, I've just seen these things, all because I have this sexual desire and whatever. Yeah. But then you go to, and that's why I'm pro masturbation but anti porn, because then there's the opposite case where people feel guilty for even having the desire to masturbate. Oh, I can't do it at all. Any sort of ejaculation is, I don't know, being animalistic or something, as if we aren't animals. That's my take on it. I think that's... Have I said my piece on it? Have I said everything that there is to say? Probably not. I mean, I could go on and on. It is interesting the way in which... Oh, I gotta mash the A button. Hold on. I'm gonna have to make some guttural noises here real quick, and you're just... You can mute if you want. I don't know who I'm... It's always fun making these. Because I have no idea if anybody's watching. So I can say whatever I want. What am I talking about? I don't know. Did I get 63? I'm not good at button mashing. Oh, yeah. The way in which male sexuality is in the dominant sexual narrative taught to be a sort of violation of the woman, whether that's because of ideas about female celibacy, virginity being prized. Well, what does that mean? It means, right, that the more sort of valuable woman or whatever is the woman who has not been quote-unquote contaminated by men, and so men are the... There's something sort of rotten about the penis or something. Men as violators. And so then I think there's two main reactions. There's either the denial or the affirmation of that idea that male sexuality is somehow predatory. Either they affirm it, they lean into it in a rapey sort of way of saying, I'm just going to, I don't care about a woman's consent, whatever. They embrace the identity of a predator, of the wolf, of one who conquests, devours, digests, etc. in a sort of toxic way, which can never really be fulfilling because they're basing their whole identity on what they want to be as somebody who attracts the very thing that they're repulsed by. They're supposed to see women as disposable, as less than, and yet their style, the way they talk, the way they act, what they do, centers around being approved by them, the very things that they supposedly don't value. You know? So there's always going to be that tension. So I don't think that sort of mindset can ever be fulfilling or even stable. But then I think there's this opposite retraction into purity in the aesthetic ideal. People say, sort of, I'm not going to have any involvement in women because they're just kind of put off by everything, by themselves. They feel like any kind of move made on a woman is a sort of is disgusting. I don't know. Is you're doing a harm to them or wasting their time or whatever because they don't know how to positively embrace their own. And I'm talking, well, this is very cis heteronormative. I'm just talking about straight guys here. Is it? Yeah. But I think that there needs to be an avoidance of both of those extremes, of either accepting the sexual status quo or just kind of resigning from all sexuality, all communications with. There's these really. I gotta say this. I've seen a couple videos recently and memes of men just. Like one, for example, and this is how it starts, because men are taught to see women merely sexually, and then they want to reject the pleasure imperative, the idea that they must always want sex. In throwing this sort of toxic sexual narrative out, they throw women out as well. There's a video. And there's many like these. I'm just picking one. I could use the mini mush just to see what that does. Can I make it to boo? Let me count out. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, if I got a 10, I could. What does that do? I think that's king boo, isn't it? Ah, jeez. I guess I would have better odds of getting that than I would of getting that. Let's try it. Let's use the mini mush. Yeah, so the TikTok was the girl, right? And it's this clearly sexually illicit gateway pornography sort of video. Oh, I see. People have to do this multiple times. Oh, but I don't know that anybody's landed on a happening space. I totally forgot about the happening star. I may have secured that by doing that, so that was a good move, it turns out. Okay, the video. The girls are like, if there were the 5 of us, and they're all dressed up, the cleavage and the booty's out and whatever, but then the guy... who presents himself as maybe somewhat nerdy or something, says, or wait, oh no, wait, let me start over. The choice is, the setup, so this is the first TikTok, the girls, it's 5 of them, looking sexy, whatever, and they say, if you had the choice between the 5 of us or a PS5, and then the guy comes in and starts rapping about, basically, the virtues of the PS5, of, oh, girls, you don't want to deal with them, they're annoying, you only look, whatever. And I don't know, there's this weird way in which I think alienated young men retreat into nerdy hobbies as a, I don't know, as a coping mechanism, but in doing so, I mean, first of all, because there's always these videos, like the girls will say, oh, if you could have me for 24 hours and I couldn't say no, what would you do? And then the guy will say something sort of weird and quirky and nerdy, like, oh, I challenge you to a 24-hour Bakugan duel or something. And the idea is that it's playing a purity game instead of a sex game. Have I said anything coherent? Maybe. There's something in here. I gotta find it, but it's hard to when I'm playing Candlelight Fright. And I haven't totally written out these thoughts. But I think... First of all, I don't like the dichotomy between having nerdy interests and being sexual. Because I think there's a lot of guys who, in a sort of self-fulfilling prophecy... Because first of all, it makes it sound as if girls aren't interested in these things. You know, like, oh, girls will never understand me because of my weird and quirky interests. So, like, Minecraft, as if girls don't play Minecraft. Yeah, that's something I wanted to say. Anything else? And then... But I think there's just a weird misogyny of guys. Because, look, I think the videos are stupid of girls saying, oh, if you had whatever. Of course it's dumb. Of course it's fishing for attention. But in... Or it's weird, you know, this valorization. I was watching Scott the Woz. I don't watch very much Scott the Woz. But, you know, I like to check out some of his videos. And there is this weird, the identifying as a virgin, as something core to one's identity. There's something, it's strange. I think there's this other... There's too much going on. At least I won the Mario Party board. I'm just very cautious of this blanket rejection or resignation from interactions with women that I see from a certain sort of male audience who tend to be alienated or nerdy. And that might be why I'm interested in it, because I guess I could be a bit of a nerd. I mean, I am playing Mario Party 4 at 5:06 a.m. And maybe I worry about my fellow nerds, or about myself. Yeah. Anything else? It's the end of the episode. I can end the episode whenever I want. I have to say about weird... there's just these strange TikToks of, oh, instead of pursuing girls, I'm going to pursue Lego Star Wars. And look, Lego Star Wars, although there is that whole thing, should people really be defining themselves by commercialized products? I don't know, I play Mario Party, so I guess I'm not one to judge. But I fear that a lot of that, what could be seen as just rejecting the idea of always having sex or sort of toxic, hypermasculine sexuality, man as violator, predator, that in rejecting that, they're rejecting women in this sort of pure ascetic way of like a monk who just stays in their monastery. Modern day monasteries. There's gotta be, I feel like there's something I haven't said, or some sort of conclusion that I need to take away. I mean, I can just sit here for a while. Anything? Purity games. Don't play purity games, I guess would be my lesson. In realizing that there are things more important than sex, don't distance yourself from the opposite sex. Ooh, that could be something. Also, probably spend less time on the internet. I don't really spend as much time on the internet anymore, and I found that it has made me better off. But it is 5:08. I think anything that I've said, I've probably already said. And if I hadn't said it, I'll save it for another OldSillyStick episode. I guess I'm going to bed now. See ya.